I'll move on to the next one. All right. Cough drop. I don't know. My throat has been extra tickly. Wait. Anyway. So, next story. Tristan, don't you put this in there.
I can't make no promises.
So the show gonna start off. My throat been extra tickly.
That's the way to hook them in. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that goes along with put it in my base. That goes right along. That's on brand. All right.
C-U-L-T-U-R-E 101. C-U-L-T-U. Hey, what's going on? What it is, what's happening? And welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to Culture 101 podcast, where we push the culture forward and have a damn good time doing it. But
yeah, we
on
do.
the late night, on the sexy tip creep. Yes, that's what it is. The late storm. The quiet.
Oh my God, don't let people turn off already. Jesus.
Nobody asked for this.
No one asked for this.
It's very late, y'all. What's really crazy is that when we first started recording this, we would record around this time. Like even later, like now, it feels like it's so late. Like I'm like, oh my God, y'all, it ain't nothing but 10:15 p.m. Like I don't even think Jimmy Fallon's come on yet. He ain't even started working.
I don't be watching Jimmy.
Well, either way, y'all, I'm Trist. For those who don't know, and for those who do know, welcome back. We appreciate you. And we appreciate the new listeners too. We definitely do. I'm in Harlem, and we're gonna pass it down to Texas today. Is it still warm there? It's cold here.
No, actually it is not. So this morning when I went outside, so normally when I'm getting ready for the gym, I'll just put a jacket in my bag so that when I'm leaving the gym, I'll put it on because, I'll be wet and it'll be like, even during the summertime, I put it on because, you sweat, you get cold, whatever. So just out of like habit, I put my jacket in my bag. And as I was walking out the door, I was like, oh, no, I need to put this on. It was 50 degrees outside. I said, oh, we went straight from summer to winter. Like,
I'm happy y'all are experiencing the cold too, and it's not just us. I want the burden to be shared.
Well, how cold is it there though?
That's some hating stuff to say, Tristan.
I know, right? Y'all probably colder than us.
That's a hater thing to say.
It's in the 40s. It's in the 40s here.
Oh,
like right now, it's like 47 degrees outside.
Dang, it's cold for real. Yeah, wear your hat, wear your coat, wear your socks. You got to answer the baby all them questions. Where's your things?
I mean, it ain't that cold yet. I mean, because you don't want to wear too much, because then when it gets really cold, like you're not gonna be ready.
No, the babies need to have on all the things right now.
The babies
they're the
need to
first
have it
ones to
all.
get sick and spread it to everybody else.
That's a good point. You make an excellent point.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was asking yesterday when you went skating, Tristan, what was the weather like? Was it warmer?
It was actually, well, okay. For me, it was good skating weather because I get really sweaty when I go skating. Like all I have to do is step on the rink and the sweat starts to drip down my body. Like it just is me as soon as I hit the rink.
Okay, like, sweat dripping all over my body. Okay.
Talk about it. Can't sing too much. That's copyright infringement.
Oh, you're right.
Can't sing too much. I always skate in shorts and like a tank top. Like it's just how, and it could be 55 degrees. I would still at some point end up in the tank top and the shorts. But I did at some point have to put on a long sleeve shirt because that breeze came in there. It was vicious. But no, it was a good time. But that was the last skate of the season. The last roller skate of the season. Shout out to Jenny Farrell Skate Park. We really appreciate what you guys do and the community that you guys, just like, what's that? Not uplift, but like, when you want to endorse something, endorse community. You endorse because they have a lot of community events there. Like they have like all types of like DJs will perform like different acts and stuff. So like, and it's all local stuff. There's no like real crazy big names or anything. So they definitely are like rooted like in Harlem. So it's a good time. But they have everything at this complex. So I guess I got to find something else to do. But ice skating is starting, so you'll see me at the rink ice skating. So there we go.
Cute. Sean, what did you get into this weekend?
What?
My weekend was pretty chill. All I did was coach soccer. And we literally just finished picking up, me, Coach Sean. We just finished picking up Latifah's. No, they only play against each other. It's not like a league.
Okay.
That's so cute.
They go up to 7 years old, Tristan. They're children.
They
don't go against nobody.
That's the time when you teach them to be killers. That's when Michael Jordan first started to realize he knew. It's the time.
Yeah, nah. Most of them don't really that. They just there for a good time. But it was pretty cool.
Not a long time.
Then we picked up Latifah's little cousins, so we'll be babysitting for the week. We got the 2-year-olds. So wish me luck, y'all.
Have fun, girl.
Wait a minute. Are they twins?
There's 2, yes, twins.
Oh shit!
Girl,
oh wow! Are they known to be a handful, or are they like chill?
They're chill. They're pretty chill. We've had them so many times. They're pretty chill. Good. They're not terrible.
Okay.
Twos.
All right.
Just 2.
Okay. Yet this might be the weekend that they become terrible twos.
No, it won't. I rebuked that too.
That is funny. Oh, they coming for you, Tristan?
I know. I was just about to say that.
I was really trying to get to that mute button quick. I just couldn't get there quick enough.
It's all right.
And we still
understand. Right.
But like, we have an agreement. But like, we have an agreement. We've already settled our accounts this month, so I don't know what's going on.
Settled your
stop by. That's the way New York works. Y'all seen Power.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is true. I was just in Truth last week. It's cute in there.
It was not nobody's truth.
Not in no truth.
Did you finally get into Power? Because I remember you had never watched Power before. Are you watching it now?
I went through the first I stopped where I stopped the last time because I just got disinterested.
Keep going. It picks back up. Keep going.
I'm sorry I brought it up. It's fine.
I mean,
I'm sorry I brought it up. It's not important. It's not important.
What's important?
Anyway.
But you know what is important?
I was just about to say, what the fuck? What are you reading my notes? The hell?
No, we just know you by now.
That's real. That's fair. Either way, what is important is what the streets need, and when the streets need it, they gotta have it. When they gotta have it, you know where they gotta go? They gotta go to this lady named Leslie. And it's time for the Bulletin Board. Les, take it away.
All right, so I think the streets need a Taken update. So, if y'all remember,
I'm upset about this. I'm upset.
If y'all remember, Taken was about Miss Carlee Russell herself. So,
they got
her.
For all those who need a reminder, she was an Alabama woman who admitted to faking her own kidnapping, and she's actually been found guilty of 2 misdemeanor charges. She pleaded not guilty to 1 count of false reporting to law enforcement authorities and 1 count of falsely reporting an incident. So a judge did find her guilty. She was sentenced to spend 1 year in jail and pay up to $18,000 in restitution. Now, the reason why this verdict was reached so fast was because her attorney wants to hurry up and appeal it so she doesn't have to face any type of jail time. So whether or not she'll actually do time, we don't know yet for sure. But
good.
Yeah, and apparently she still hasn't come out to make an actual statement. She apologized through her attorney, but we still haven't heard her speak up and say why she did what she did. So I'll keep y'all posted if anything else.
She don't got no valid reason.
She don't.
She don't have nothing to say.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I don't know what it is, but I want to turn her loose. Turn her loose. Just turn her loose. Turn her loose.
If she was white, they would have turned her loose.
Yeah, it would definitely have a slap on the wrist.
Just
probably.
I don't know what it is about this case, but just turn her loose. Just turn her loose, and just don't fuck up again.
They need to make a lesson out of her.
This is the one. You get this is the one. This is your one.
Your
this
one
is your
get
shot.
out of jail free card.
Yeah. Everybody gets one. This is the one.
Well,
okay. If from here on out, dedicate your life to better things. This is the one.
Well, I thought you was going to say dedicate your life to Christ. Damn, now she got to get religious.
That's a better thing. That's a better thing. The best thing. Amen.
I think that's funny.
That's the best thing.
I mean, well,
that's what you need.
Do it.
Yeah, bless you.
Dedicate her life to Christ.
Bless you.
I didn't. That's not exactly what I meant. But if that helps, I'm not going to tell you not to do it.
That's going to help.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw that Candace Owens said she would pay her.
No, don't even say anything about no.
I can't say that either. But she said she would pay Carlee $18,000 to have an exclusive interview for her to tell her why she did what she did. And I'm like, you know what, Carlee, you might need to take that. If you ain't
They're
got
just looking for a story.
Did y'all see though that they already made a movie about this? It's on Amazon Prime.
There's
it's not on Hulu.
There's a movie on Amazon Prime.
Hulu will get a movie so quick.
But let me tell you this name of the movie. It's The Nurse That Saw the Baby on the Highway.
The nurse that saw the baby on the highway. You sure it's not on Tubi?
Because we can review this. Look on Prime right now. You will find it. The nurse that saw the baby on the highway. It's the Carlee Russell story. And her name in there is like Marley. I haven't watched it yet. I just did my research on it. But I think it's a short film too. It's not very long.
It was a hot mess.
It was. Okay. Moving on from Carlee. All right. So my next story, it actually came out, I want to say earlier this year, if I remember correctly. We of course didn't cover it because we were, rebranding and stuff like that, but I definitely would have. I don't know if y'all heard about this story, but I titled it "Locked Up, They Shouldn't Let Him Out." They shouldn't.
There's so many people that this could be about, though.
It really could be. That's what I'm saying. That's like I'm thinking of 10 people off the top of my head. Like
you're right.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, there's so many people in jail.
Now this did make national news, which I'm not sure if I heard about it or not, but a couple weeks ago, a judge ruled James Weems Jr. can be released on level 3 home detention while he awaits his trial, which is scheduled to begin May 6th of next year. The court said he is not to have contact with children, victims, or witnesses. Now, you may be saying, okay, so who is James Weems Jr., right? Well,
that sounds familiar.
And you might know.
It feels familiar.
Okay. So he is a 57-year-old former Baltimore City police officer who has 21 charges related to abuse allegation from at least 3 victims at his wife's daycare. So the name of the daycare is called Little Kids Castle in Owing Mills, Maryland. So not too far from Sean's area, where he worked as a bus driver for his wife, right? Police charged him in 2022 with 3 counts each of sexual abuse of a minor, 2nd-degree assault, 3rd-degree sex offense, and 4th-degree sexual contact, along with 1 charge for displaying obscene material to a minor. His wife, James Weems, was sentenced to 4 years in prison for shooting her husband once she found out that he was abusing the kids. So keep that in mind.
God, this story should be called Locked Up. They should let her out.
Exactly.
Because
So he's getting out basically on house arrest while he awaits his trial. Meanwhile, she's in prison for 4 years for shooting him once she found out what he was doing to those children at her daycare.
Yeah, but he's probably going to go away for a lot longer, though.
They shouldn't even let him out, though. In the meantime, in between time, keep him in jail.
No damn home detention. That sounds like some shit for white people.
Crazy.
That sounds crazy. And now she should be in jail because she shot somebody. But at the same time, I see why she shot him. If I was on a jury, I would have said she was innocent.
I would say she was protecting the kids.
Y'all never had jury duty?
Yeah. Well, I've always been dismissed, so I've had to go. The first time I was dismissed early, and the second time I had to wait like a couple hours, and then I was eventually dismissed. So I never sat on the actual jury. You did?
Yeah. Nah, I got picked and then I got dismissed. Oh, okay. When they was like picking numbers and stuff, the lawyer said they didn't want me.
Oh, I low key,
but I didn't.
I don't know. Would you want to sit on like an actual trial? I don't know if it was fascinating.
I do.
I might do it if it was fascinating.
I would absolutely want to sit on a real trial. Make sure
I don't know that they would
served.
pick me.
Why don't you think
I don't know that they would pick me.
I feel like you'd be talking when the lawyer's talking, Tristan. Like when they're trying to like ask the questions, Tristan's
like, I would be having side conversations. Absolutely. Yeah, you probably could have. I was like, you really don't know how to do your job. I'd be thinking that too. I was like, bro, you are not protecting your client. The fuck are you doing right now? You're gonna let this man beat the shit out of him. Like that's what I would be thinking the whole time. So they might not let me.
No, that's real. Yeah, so that pretty much covers the gist of it. So I will definitely keep y'all posted on what happens with him. Again, I think this is just so unfair because, again, I feel like she did the right thing. But, justice system works a little differently. So we just kind of have to wait and see how it plays out for him as well. So this last story I titled, I am not my hair. I am not this skin.
This gives me PTSD. I really don't. This song makes me so sad.
Oh. Why?
I gotta tell y'all this really quick story. Nah. When I was in ninth grade, my mama never let me shave my legs, right?
She didn't let you shave your legs in ninth grade?
She didn't let me shave my legs. She didn't let me shave nothing. So I was just hairy as hell. And one day I came to school and my legs was out. And one of my friends started singing, I am not my hair. And everybody started singing it.
Oh, no. They joined in the chorus? Oh, no.
They all started singing it.
Were they harmonizing?
Girl, they was hitting the notes.
Somebody hit a run too, probably. I am higher expectations. No.
Yeah, so every time I hear that, I just think about me getting teased.
Oh, my bad. If I would have known, I probably still would have used the title, but I would have gave you like a warning.
Well, thanks, Leslie.
It's a good title. It pertains to the story.
You know,
all right, moving along.
No, I gotta say something. All of that right there was special, and I feel like it was just what this show really is. Like Sean shared a heartfelt moment and funny anecdote that was like that touched me deeply, but was really fucking hilarious. Because I probably would have been singing too. Because that's fucking crazy. That's wild.
Oh, you would have leading the choir. He would have had a solo.
He would have had to.
Like
he would have had a solo.
Right, but that's horrible. At the same time,
it's so mean.
I love that Leslie was gonna be reckless about it, and I really appreciate that. And that I just feel like is a good embodiment. It just is, and it's on brand, and this shit is on brand. You see what I'm saying? And it's full circle, and it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. It is.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Shout out to Indiari.
You know, she used to date Chris Tucker, right?
When?
No, I didn't know that.
I'm joking.
Oh,
what a random lie! What are you, Wikipedia?
No. But wait. No,
that was so
this
random.
was going around for a while. No, this was for real going around for a while. There was rumored that they had dated. There was like, it really was. It was a big thing. And then like NDRE had to speak to it. But apparently they went out 3 or 4 times. They actually did date. They went out 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if they're like, that's for real dating, but they did go on some dates.
Okay. I mean, a funny guy can laugh his way into your heart. So I can see how that happens. All right. So
look, he Chris Tucker, man. He's Chris. He could do it.
All right. So I want to get your thoughts on this story because I've been seeing 2 sides of it, which I can actually understand both sides. So I just want to get your thoughts on it. So the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is planning to propose a ban on certain hair straightening products, such as chemical relaxers and pressing products that contain formaldehyde and other formaldehyde-releasing chemicals like methylene or glycol, which have been linked to health risk. So if this proposed rule goes into effect, then the FDA will receive public comments on it, and after reviewing those comments, then the agency will decide whether further action is needed. So this was actually put into play by 2 lawmakers, Representatives Ayanna Pressley, who's a Democrat in Massachusetts, and Shontel Brown, who's a Democrat in Ohio. They both wrote a letter to the FDA Commissioner, Dr. Robert Califf, urging the agency to conduct a thorough and transparent investigation to determine whether hair straightening chemical products on the market contain carcinogens that lead to an increased risk of uterine cancer. So, within their letter, they were saying, this is specifically a quote coming from Pressley, that the FDA's proposal to ban these harmful chemicals in hair straighteners and relaxers is a win for public health, especially the health of Black women who are disproportionately put at risk by these products as a result of systemic racism and anti-Black hair sentiment. Regardless of how we wear our hair, we should be allowed to show up in the world without putting our health at risk. I applaud the FDA for being responsive to our calls and advancing a rule that will help prevent manufacturers from making a profit at the expense of our health. So again, there have been studies that show that these products do link to uterine cancer versus those, and during a 12-month study who did not use these products don't have uterine cancer. And there have been like lots of other deeper studies. So what I've been seeing is, yes, this is great, but on the flip side, we still live in a society that struggles with our hair in its natural state, that still have, issues with how our hair looks in its natural state. We're still discriminated against. We're just now starting to pass the Crown Act, and it's still not widely accepted in some states and some areas. So there's a push and pull when it comes to this, So that's why I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on how you feel about this.
Now, I actually think that it's a really good thing. Most people I know that get perm or have gotten perms, me included, started getting perms at a young age. Well, I didn't start getting perms till I was like 12, but I know people that started getting perms when
I
they
was young.
6,
elementary,
5, 6 years old, getting perms in their hair. So I think that this step is definitely necessary. But it's not like nobody else is going to come out with a new relaxer. It'll be another one, just one that's safer.
Okay.
So I don't think that people will have to worry about not being able to get a relaxer. It'll just look differently.
That's fair. Tristan, what's your thoughts? If you have any on the subject. I know you don't use relaxers, but you know black women, have black
Tristan
women in your life.
No perm?
You know what? He might. I don't know his business.
In terms of hair, I've had a perm before actually. I did go get a perm for one Halloween. Yes, I did. For a Halloween costume. Because I commit. I do have pictures.
I knew Tristan had a perm.
You did. You called it.
I did get one. Because I was going as Nat King Cole for Halloween.
Of course.
So I had to fully commit.
That's a hell of a commitment.
I see the vision.
I found an old tuxedo and stuff. Like, oh man, it was great. I had a good yeah, of course. I had 4 songs. I had 4 songs down. I was good, man. Like, oh my God, I had a fantastic night. And then I was pissed because I did it on Friday, right? And it rained. And I, for the first time, had to deal with that rain shit. I was like, oh God, the wetness can't touch my hair.
Your hair getting wet.
Because, right, I had never had to deal with that before.
So
then I had to deal with that. I was like, Lord, this is stupid. What a struggle. And then
welcome to our struggle.
So then I found a fedora. So I found my fedora and I went as the Green Hornet for Friday. And then the next day, then my hair was still good and I got my stuff to lay it down like I would use for the wave cream. But instead I used it for here. And then I got it to lay down. And then I got it. Yeah. And then honestly, I looked more like Malcolm X. Everybody thought I was Malcolm X all night. That's who everybody thought I was. They were like, Malcolm X? I was like, no, but whatever, that's fine. But either way, no, it worked out well. It was nice. And then I cut that shit because it was itchy. Like, so then maybe 2 days later, I woke up and I was just like, what the fuck is on my head? And I just went and cut my hair. But yeah, so for 3 days I had my hair permed. Yeah.
Interesting.
But no, I've always but I will say, as a youth, I was definitely more interested in straight hair, just because all of the real attractive women I ever thought had straight hair. Like my mother had straight hair. Like this lady I used to have a crush on at church had straight hair. Honestly, I saw her later in life, and she still looks just as good. It's crazy. Like, I don't know, black woman is crazy time. I don't know how it works. It's amazing. But and then as time went on, as I realized what I was saying, it bothered me. And so now, whenever I think about it, I am honestly, if a woman has straight hair, that would turn me off now. Because I'm like, you still, that's still what we're doing. Huh? But I get it. That's your choice. That's your choice. And I get it. That's your choice. And I want you to feel whatever makes you feel confident. But I just feel like if it grows out of your head, we should just accept it. It grows growing out of your head. So now you can style it, you can do whatever you want to do to it, but why do I have to change what's growing out of my head? I'm not telling you don't wash and don't get a haircut, don't line up. No one's saying any of that. But it's your hair. What the fuck are we talking about here? I gotta make my hair,
I mean, and I get that too. My thing is, I've been a natural girly for 12 years now, locked for just about 7. And I've always had the stance whatever you want to do with your hair, your body is up to you. I'm not going to judge you if you don't want to go natural, because some women go natural and end up getting a lot of heat damage because they over straighten and put too much heat on and stuff like that. So at that point, you might as well still be getting relaxers. So, do what makes you happy. I'm here for banning this if we go with what Sean said, if someone finds an alternative, a healthy alternative for those who still feel the need to use these products. Because again, we still live in a society where Black folks aren't a monolith, so we look different ways, we do different things, you know what I'm saying? So not everybody's going to want to rock their natural, but at the same time, it's still not as accepted as it should be. There's a student here in Texas, Daryl George, high school student, who was suspended over the last month or so because he has locks in his hair, and his locks stop right here. They're not even super long or anything like that. Yeah, and so even with the Crown Act passing here in Texas, they're still discriminating against him, to where now they're sending him to an alternative school. And his parents can't even go against that at the moment. They're trying to figure out what they can do. That there is a civil suit against the school from his parents, stuff like that. But it's crazy, and this is the hair that grows out of this young man's head. You know what I'm saying? And they're calling distraction and inappropriate and all this stuff. It's his hair. So I do think there needs to be an option just for those who still want to, use it, a safer, healthier option for us. So hopefully these beautiful Black chemists out here can figure that out for, our brothers and sisters who still want to use relaxers.
Squirrel out of your
Speaking
head.
of Gavin Newsom, he be passing a lot of stuff. Did y'all see that he passed, or I think he's working on passing a bill for what he wants to call ebony alerts? So it's like Amber Alerts, but specifically for Black people, because a lot of, Black people alerts go unnoticed. They did pass it? Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, yeah.
I think it passed.
Yeah.
In fact, no, let me make sure on that.
I never heard that. Let me look that up.
Since a lot of us missing like goes unrecognized, unnoticed, nobody cares, he's like specifically putting an alert that says ebony alerts. So people know like, hey, let's find this Black person.
I think it passed. New California law creates ebony alert to find missing Black. Yeah, I think it already passed.
Okay. That's dope. 5 days ago. Mm-hmm.
Well, people was arguing in the comments.
No, wait. No, it went into law October 8th. The bill, it was signed into law October 8th. It doesn't go into effect until January 1.
Got it. I got it. Well, people was arguing in the comments. They feel away. Happening. Yeah. Yeah, they feel away about it. They're like, what? Like, there's other stuff y'all should be focusing on instead of this. Or, why they got to single us out? They should just take it seriously when it's just a regular Amber Alert. And I'm just like, there's always an argument in the comments. Why can't we be unified?
Okay, but hear me out though. Hear me out. Okay. So I understand when everybody's like, Black History Month. Why does my history have to be just relegated to a month? That's the only month we're going to focus on Black History Month. No, that's not what that should mean. Black history is an integral part of American history. That's just the month where we spotlight
it.
That's all. So, we should highlight it. But sadly, that is unfortunately the case. They try to bury it away, but at least with this alert, maybe there will be higher pay stipends for cops or something just to motivate them to go find our children, So like now, if you turn in an ebony alert, if maybe it pays more or something, or maybe it pays less and lets them know to ignore it, because it could mean that they're going to ignore it. So like we'll see if it works. Like if they start finding less of our children, then you it didn't work, which is fucked up to try to find out that way. Yeah, so I don't know. I see both sides.
Yeah,
I just hope they find the children. They stop going missing.
And y'all stop pulling Carlee Russells out here. But anyway, I will keep my ears to the street and report back next week.
Hey y'all, it's your girl, Sean the Don, and I'm here to tell y'all that we now have merch up live. You can find some t-shirts, you can find puzzles, you can find candles, whatever you want, we got it. Come check us out at culture101podcast.com.
Hello, and welcome back. So today, guys, we have, a fun topic. I mean, it's always a fun topic, because anytime you talk about this, you have both sides, and I do mean two opposing sides to this polarizing, hard-hitting issue, and that issue is dating. Dating, guys. Dating in 2023. My gosh, guys, it's different than it used to be. It's not like there's just so many more rules now.
You don't know. You ain't out here in the trenches with us.
Look, I read. I can read. I am definitely not in the trenches. You're absolutely right. I haven't dodged any mortars, any shells in a while. They have not. I haven't been on any missions in a while, guys. I'm in the office. I'm doing paperwork. It's it's.
Just the opposite of being out in them streets. You got a desk job.
Okay.
I honestly don't want to know what's out there. I hear the horror stories. I've seen the videos. I read the tweets and the blogs. Or not? What are they? So wait a minute. Now I'm thinking about that. They're not tweets anymore. What are they called? X's?
Child, we still refer to it as Twitter. I don't know. I ain't changing. I'm not changing. I don't know what they're called. And I don't think Elon does either. He didn't think it through.
I mean, honestly, that's where I get the most of my dating information is on X. People are very frank on that platform about the dates they've been on. That's all I'm going to say. But all that to say, guys, we're talking about dating in 2023. And today, we're just going to get right into it. What does dating in 2023 look like? And we have an expert on the show because she's the only single person on the show.
I don't know about expert.
Friends. Girl, tell us, what's it like to date in 2023?
There's piss in the water. I don't know. It's interesting. It's been the best of times. It's been the worst of times.
Okay, Dickens. Okay, Dickens. We see you. All right. You have any more for us from literature
Oh my.
classics?
It's a tale of two dates for sure. Sometimes it
Wow.
goes
Goddamn.
amazing.
All right. She
Sometimes
got
it
deeper. She got
doesn't.
deeper in that Dickens bag. We love it.
Oh my
We love it.
goodness.
What the Dickens? It's fantastic.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I will say it can be fun at times if you don't go into it with any expectations and just like have fun with it versus if you kind of have preconceived notions and you're disappointed with that, that's when like it can kind of go sideways. So for me, the first statistic that I pulled up says that about 47% of Americans say that dating now in 2023 is harder than it was 10 years ago. And so I was thinking back to 10 years ago and I'm like, well, I was 23. Like I was fresh out of Howard. I was fresh out of my like long distance relationship with my high school boyfriend. So I wasn't really trying to like seriously date or like lock something in. I was just, in DC having a good time with my friends, going out, partying, mixing and mingling. I was trying to like learn myself and like learn what I wanted, learn what dating looks like, meet new people type of thing. Versus now at 33, like, yeah, there is more intention behind it. You kind of know what you want. I don't necessarily have like a set checklist, but I automatically know what it is I don't want. You know what I'm saying? So there definitely is more intention that goes into it for sure. And I can rule out what I don't want very quickly.
I mean, the biggest difference I could say would be like shit is so much more expensive. Like 10
Yeah.
years ago, the price was different. You can go on a whole date for
Yeah.
$50 for both of y'all.
No, that's real.
Now
That's real.
you're not going
I
nowhere
mean,
for
that's
$50.
real. I mean,
Even
no, no,
$20
you
got
That's gas
paid.
can.
money. That's gas money.
No, you could definitely go somewhere for $50, but you'd have to be very strategic in how you planned. Like it would almost be a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would almost be the
Yeah.
game you were playing that night. Like, can we go here for $50? You could do it, but you got to be strategic to have a dope time. Like, and you
Yeah.
have to plan this shit out probably like maybe like a week in advance, maybe even
Mm-hmm.
two, depending upon where you're gonna go. But it can be
No,
done.
that's real.
Oh, it can be done
That's
because this
real.
sounds like a game to play. Like I want to do it and report back. Like cause I feel like it could be fun.
Well, I feel like inflation mixed with like pandemic living made people kind of like rethink how they date, right? Like pandemic, you couldn't go anywhere. People were either dating, inside each other's homes or they were doing like virtual dates. Did y'all ever do like a virtual date during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was whack. It was virtual
I I
Nah, I
date.
never did a
I'm
virtual
not
date.
It was
FaceTime phone
it
girly,
wasn't
so it's like I don't
great.
want to do like extra work just for me to be like looking at you in the screen. Like I'm not doing that. Like
Like it was
Yeah.
fine. Like it wasn't like it wasn't cute. It was cute. It was all right. But like it was just like you're still not here though. Like at the end of the
yeah,
day, it's like you're still not here.
yeah, that's
So
real. That's real.
Yeah, not the
So
same.
did y'all ever do like any dates, where you're over each other's houses, like doing different maybe arts and crafts or movie nights or anything
You
like
mean
that?
during the
And this
pandemic or in general?
in general before you're in an actual relationship, like just dating wise.
Um,
Ye- I'm
yeah.
sure that happened. I'm sure it occurred.
I'm pretty sure I did some like a sip and paint before.
I did that too. I did that
Mm-hmm.
too. It was super, super cute. I think that's actually like one of the cutest things, especially if like the prep and thought is in it. Like having the easel set up with the paints out. Like he even put on like the YouTube that has like a how-to type of stuff to like
Oh
walk you
yeah,
through what you're
that's
doing and stuff.
see intentional.
Exactly, with like the music in the background. I'm like, okay, this is cute. This is really cute. So like if you're gonna do stuff like that you're trying to maybe stick within a budget, do something low cost, just be like intentional and thoughtful with how you do it. And I think it's definitely enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
So before you got into your actual relationships, what were your expectations? We'll start with Sean. What were your like dating expectations? Meaning were you like, okay, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna go here, I'm not gonna date this type of person? Like, what did that look like for you?
You know, I like to look at myself as like a normal ass person, and I
Not one of
like
these
to do
weirdos.
normal ass activities. I'm not none of these weirdos. I'm not anybody that thinks that I'm above certain things or,
Right.
you know. Well, that's a lie. I am above certain things.
Oh, like what?
Like, you can't take me to Taco Bell for a date. Like, that's
Oh,
ridiculous.
facts.
You
Yeah,
can't
That's
take me to
ridiculous.
Taco
There's
Bell on
standards.
any day.
Period.
You can't take me on any
fact,
day.
fun fact, I've never
Alone.
had Taco Bell before in my
In
life.
your
You have
life?
missed nothing. You've
Mm-mm.
missed
I haven't had it since high
nothing.
school.
Yeah, I don't feel
Missed
like I missed
nothing.
anything.
You didn't.
So
You
Not a
I
didn't.
damn
guess I
thing.
do. I guess I did have expectations or in that way. Like, you're not just gonna take me any old where. But it
Like
wasn't
fast
like
food
that.
places.
Yeah, there's not like, oh,
Yeah.
you can't take me to Cheesecake Factory. That's a little
Mm-hmm.
segue for earlier, but I meant for later. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I wouldn't be that deep. All I really ask is for somebody to be intentional, somebody to be respectful, and somebody to be honest. Other
Mm.
than that, I don't know. When I was dating them all. So
I feel that. Because you got to see, you know, what you click with, you know.
hmm
One might surprise you, might think that you wouldn't be like attracted or into this person. And then as the day goes on, it surprises you. So you definitely have to like step out of your, you know, comfort zone or
your
your
comfort zone
type.
for sure.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't think I ever really had a type. My type was
Me
just
either.
people I connect with, have chemistry with, and somebody that can make me laugh. If we got those, then we're good. But in terms of
I
like a
feel that.
physical type, I just don't want nobody ugly. As long as
I feel
I think
that.
you're
I feel that.
attractive.
That's so subjective. Because, like, what do we call
That's what I'm
ugly?
saying.
As
That's
Like,
long
why I
as
said
I feel
I think
like.
I
oh,
Mm-hmm.
think you're
okay.
attractive.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Yeah.
ugly for me is like anything below a 5. You know what I mean? Anything below
Well,
unattractive.
yeah, I
I
think
mean, that's
anything
fair.
below a 5 is ugly. A 5 is ugly.
No, because a 5 could very well be attractive. Like, they aren't like fine. They're
They got a
not
great
bad.
personality.
They're not pretty, but you could be attractive. You could
Mm-hmm.
like
Man, if
that's
somebody
so.
called me for 5, I would say that they called me ugly, and that's just
But
that. There's
but like
There's
no
nothing else to talk
I
about.
you never tell a 5
middle
they're a
ground.
5 unless you're stunting on them. Like you never tell a 5 they're a 5. Like no one does
Unless
that.
you're
The
mean.
fuck kind of
Unless
shit
you're
is
just an
that?
asshole.
Like
You're a
I'm a
5.
exactly. Like bring your
Didn't
5
ain't that
ass
what
over
that guy
here.
used to do that died? What's his name?
Oh, Kevin Samuels.
Yes.
That's probably
Well,
why. That's karma. You told too many
hmm
oh,
5s they were 5s. That's all that was. Like,
stop that
look,
heart
it's
real
just a
Without
quick.
the self-reflection of him being a 5, but that's just
Ooh, what you
rest the
said.
soul,
What
I
you
guess.
said. What you
no, because
said.
like there are plenty of like they see Dave Chappelle. Honestly, I feel like he said it best, and honestly, he's not the only one that said it, but I feel like he said it most recently that I heard. When
What'd you
you're
say?
good looking, people tell you that you're good looking. People tell you you're gonna. It's easy. When you're ugly,
hmm
you got to find that shit out for yourself. You know, you got to put together clues. You got to figure it out. Like, you,
I put together
I
clues.
wonder,
Not
I wonder why I never get asked out. Well, goddamn, it could be that I'm ugly. Like, you have to
stuff
figure
just
that
start
shit
adding
out.
up.
Right,
Yikes.
right.
Nobody
So,
asked me out
like,
in 3 years. Something must be up.
right, right. And sometimes it may not be that you are physically ugly. You could just be giving off an ugly aura that people aren't
Ooh.
vibing with. You know what
How
I'm
do you
saying?
fix an ugly aura?
See now that's one of those things that you get that's like that that's like when Lloyd was like they asked him if it was 5'2" or 5'2" and he was like and that's the beauty of music that it could be whatever you need it to be. And I feel like this is that answer. Like and that's how you gotta figure that
Oh,
shit out. You have
oh my
to.
goodness.
Because there are
Yeah.
times when like if people change their attitude a little bit, you would probably be better looking. It
Mm-hmm.
just it would happen. Like I've seen
Nah,
it
that's
occur.
true. I'm
Literally seen
thinking
it
about
occur.
some people with some bad attitudes who I'm just like, you're not helping your cause.
Yeah.
You're not doing
No,
yourself
that's
any
fair.
favors. Like you must
And,
want to be alone, which is
and
cool. And I fuck with that. I understand the loner thing. I did. I've been there. I get that. But
yeah,
I don't be there for too long because it's not that cool.
attitude and terrible personality can make a fine person look ugly real quick. Like real
hmm
quick. It's for me. I'll speak for myself. But Tristan, did you have expectations as a man, you know, when it comes to dating? I know it's always the women's expectations, but what did that look like for you before your
She got to
relationship?
be juicy.
Okay.
That's
I'm
it.
gonna ask a question. Is there a 10? Is there a such thing as a 10? Like on a scale of 1 cuz like we call it I feel like it's the average of the 30-point scale, right? I used to just do it in 10, right? I would just do it in
Okay.
10 with the rating, right? 1 to
Mm-hmm.
1, 1 through 10, maybe halves, right? But then when someone said if you do the face, the torso, and then the legs, and you average those scores together, that aggregate score is a more accurate like score for the person.
Not
And
you
I was like,
breaking
my
up the
God,
human body into 3
right?
parts for you to put in.
But wait, your
But
expectations are 3 parts of physical? Like there's no
I'm not done yet.
other?
So, like I'm
Okay,
saying,
okay.
do you believe that there's a 10? In that logic, with that logic, do you believe that there can be a 10?
Sure.
You think that there's somebody that is going to be perfect on all three of all three
Are you
areas?
just talking about physical wise? Talking about like brain, intelligence, body. What's the third
He
one?
ain't talking about no brain
Well,
and
just like
intelligence.
the
He's
body.
talking
Well,
about face, abs, and ass. That's it.
I mean, this is true.
What?
But if
Let's
you're
be honest.
stupid,
Oh my.
if you're stupid, if they're stupid, I'm not going to be attracted anyway. So you can't be stupid,
Okay.
man. You can't just be stupid.
Okay.
That's just because I can't. I have to be able to talk to you at some point. It has to. In some, we got to be able to share some things.
Right.
So go.
Kristen, you are such
But
a man. Because I literally asked Sean her expectations and she laid it out clearly and mainly focused on like intention and being honest. You stuck on 3 parts of a human body and which one's a 10 or not. What?
I'm being silly. But look, okay. So like, let me see. If
Men
it
be
was as
saying that,
simple
but then they be
as
having
okay.
the
Well,
ugliest
first up,
baby mama, so I don't understand it. Mm.
okay, but like, okay, because
But they say
a
it
lot
takes
of
one fine person, one ugly person to make a beautiful baby. So maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know.
I don't know if that's true. I think it takes two good-looking people. I think it takes two good-looking people. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Nah.
Like they may say that, like an ugly baby makes like the two parents make a pretty baby. Yeah, but that could become an ugly adult. You see what I'm saying? Like I think you just need two
Ooh,
good-looking
that's a
people.
word.
I
Damn,
think
that's
you
Ugly on
just
the
need
that's
some good
inside.
look. I like it's like
But now you have a face only a mother could love.
that's like trying to become magical and both people not magical. You got one and you hoping that it happens. Stop it. Let's start with two.
Mm,
Let's start with two good looking ones.
sure,
I just
sure.
I feel like statistics. I go on the numbers. You got to work on the numbers. But that's what all that to say. To some degree, that is true. Like they have to check certain boxes up front. Like I can't even imagine you getting past here if I can't even see certain things. Like I just can't even imagine it. Like it's foreign to me. Like what do you mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I this wild. Like and I don't mean to be that shallow, but sometimes it just is. It just is what it is. Because like low key, I would be unhappy if I didn't have those things. You know what I mean? So it's just
Okay.
you got to go there.
So to sum
But
all of that
but
up, that 10
beyond
minutes of
that,
speech, we got that you care about looks. All right, cool.
but no, but
Pretty
that is
much.
important. That is important. But no, but beyond that, yeah, that's like simple things. Just simple things. You be good looking, not be stupid. Have some fun. Wonderful, simple things. We don't need a bunch of things.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
need a bunch of things. So
For me, I'm like similar to Sean where I don't think I necessarily like have a type. If like we connect, maybe off of like communication or like we vibe or like there's chemistry there, then I'll explore it. I don't really have like a physical type. Especially if you look at like my dating history, it's kind of like, eh. But I definitely need somebody who's going to be like respectful off jump. Like if I sense any type of like disrespect or just like the way you talk to me, if I get like a weird feeling, I'm like really big on like how like I feel and how like my body reacts to somebody. So it's like if you're like being rude and nasty, okay, nope, that's not gonna work for me. I want some thought to go into it. So like I'm not like Sean, I'm not that girl that's like, oh no, I'm above going here, da 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 da. But it's like I want you to plan something first of all, like, and it could be something like we talked about, like doing sipping paints or.
so wait a minute. Is this the first date? So you're saying that like you
Mhm.
want like all of this and then pre up to the first date. So how did he express all of this before the first date happened? When did he?
What do you
When
mean
did?
express all of this? I'm just saying like
Express what?
we're talking. We need to communicate
Also,
before we
this is like all
decide.
the things you're looking for on the first time that you guys have gone out together. That's the
So
No,
jumping off
just
point.
it could be
expectations
one.
of dating in general, not like the first
Okay,
date,
okay,
but
okay,
dating.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
But to answer this question, it can go one or two ways. So it's like I do like to have some kind of like communication, whether it's like text, if we do have like a phone call or something, just to kind of see what like the communication vibe is. Because again, if we don't like communicate well, don't really have like a back and forth type of fun banter, then I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'll see how the day goes type of thing. But I like to know kind of what I'm like getting into before I get there, so I'm just not surprised with like somebody who may be like a little boring or we just don't like vibe or gel. But yes,
I
like I
feel
said, I
like
want,
for you, as soon as you can talk to somebody on the phone, that's important. Because like you don't talk to anybody on the
yeah.
phone, so I feel like that's important. As soon as you can do that, you're like, hey, I might be able to keep you around.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm big on the phone when I like you. If I don't like you like that, then text me. You know what I'm saying? So if we
Goddamn.
start having phone conversation, I'm like, oh, I like you. So it's like, don't start something if you can't like maintain it. You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh,
that's like my whole
ooh,
thing.
ooh. Say it again.
Don't start nothing if you can't maintain it. Okay,
I know that's
consistency is
right.
key.
Oh my.
Cause as soon as you
Oh
switch
my.
up, I have big like keep it moving energy. So it's like if I sense the switch up, keep it moving. If you actually do switch up, like I'm not the type, we ain't gotta have like this big old conversation. We ain't gotta like make a big deal of it. Like if you're not feeling it, cool. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Even my last relationship, we broke up amicably, kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think it has to be like this big old thing where you're like second guessing yourself, like this may come from me being in sales. The more no's you get, you're closer to your yes. So the more no's you get, the closer you are to finding a person type of thing. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
so
we dropping gems.
gotta drop some
Okay.
on them. Gotta drop them on them. But yeah, just like plan something, whatever that may look like. Shoot, we can go to the bookstore. I'm always getting new books. I love reading. Buy me a book. I would love that. That'd be so
Are there
cute.
even bookstores anymore? That's like I feel like they're all closed. Like where do you even
There's
go now? What
still
does that even
Barnes and
mean?
Nobles here and there, or Books a
So we gotta
Million.
drive an hour to go find a bookstore. This is already
Listen,
wild.
listen. Sometimes it be like that, you may have to, make a little trip. But yes, and be like nice and considerate. I love you, like open the doors, that type of stuff. Like chivalry is not dead, that's still expected. So that type of stuff. Um, but I bring all this up, especially when we were talking about like being above certain places, because I don't know if y'all saw, but there was a viral video over the weekend with a young lady who she was picked up by her date in his car, and he gets out the car to come open her door, and she immediately starts recording, and she refused to get out the car because he brought her to the Cheesecake Factory. And she kept saying, do I look like I would go to the Cheesecake
She
Factory? Do I
did.
look like the type of girl that needs to be here?
She
She
actually
did.
did. I was like, yeah, you
Yeah.
do. You actually do. Yeah, for sure.
There
For
was
sure.
nothing about
Absolutely.
that purple
I feel like
lipstick
I
that
saw
made
you
me
there last
think
week.
no to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
With the green
Yeah.
dress.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
And
I'm absolutely certain you were in there with you and like several of your friends. Probably had a
first
good
of
time.
all, I would have
What's
been
wrong with
happy
Cheesecake
because they got
Factory?
an array of options. They got the wheat
I
bread,
See
hella
now, I would have been
cheesecake.
irritated. I would have been irritated because I was like, they don't
Why?
have a lot of good vegan options on their menu.
I feel like
It's
they've
just
been getting
okay.
more though. Like I feel like they've been
They have
expanding
at least
their
150
menu.
options. You can find something at Cheesecake Factory.
You can find at least 5 to 10 vegan options, I feel
I
like.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'll always get a piece of pie. It's just not my favorite spot. I'd be like
I
honestly,
mean, that's
you
fair.
could have been like, let's go to Slutty Vegan and then let's go to like an amusement park. That would have been more fun. I'd be like, yeah, let's go do that.
What if they ain't no
Let's
slutty
go.
vegan where you are though? It depends where you are.
All I meant is they could have been fast food vegan. Like I don't really give a fuck what the food is. I give a fuck more so what the activity we're doing is.
That's
That's what I'm
fair.
getting at. Yeah.
So what would your reaction have been, Tristan, if you say you're single, not in a relationship, if you took a girl out and as soon as you try to open her door, she's like, I can't be here. This is Cheesecake Factory. I'm above this. What would your
Oh, I'd
reaction
have just
have
took her
been?
home. Been done with that shit. Or dropped her off wherever
Yeah,
the
I
hell
would
I
have just
picked her up
dropped her off.
from. Like how?
What if
Oh,
you
I'd be
really,
like,
really liked
I
her?
oh,
honestly
She's a
would not have
10.
dropped her
She's the
off. She can
juiciest.
actually stay at she can
10.
stay at
She
Cheesecake
would have
Factory.
walked.
Okay,
She could
I'm
got an
sorry,
Uber.
but
No, no, no,
you can
no.
get out of my
No,
car.
I'm gonna drop her off because no, I'm gonna drop her off at home because I don't need her to get snatched and they blame me. I'm taking her right back wherever I picked her up from. That is exactly what I'm taking her back to. We're not even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna
Okay,
turn the
I
music
mean that's
up.
nice. That's really nice because I wouldn't have
You're
took her home.
right.
Just hurt,
And the
you
fact that
know.
she
What do
was
you
Because like, what's
recording
the
it is what made it that's what I don't really like about this society. Why do
cringy?
you have to record
Yep.
single thing that's happening. And how embarrassing for that man for you to try to record him like that. Like, you made yourself look silly because you look like a basic woman who deserves to go to Cheesecake Factory. So you out here trying to shame this man for taking you on a date and being considerate. Like, he picked you up, took you there. Like, I would have told you to meet me there.
But
first of all,
he explained his expectations. He was like, can we have a conversation about this? He got back in the car and he listed out what his expectation was. Turned out she was late, for the date, for getting ready for the date and stuff like that. And I don't know. I just felt like, again, like you said, we live in a society where everybody wants to like record everything. Everybody wants to have a viral moment. Everybody just wants this attention. And it really just takes away from the actual like personal relationships you can form with other people. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Do we think this shit was real? It gave fake though. I feel like it gave fake.
She looked like she was dead serious.
And and he had a real reaction. Yeah, I feel like it was real. I don't know. He seemed sincere in his reactions. I don't think it was a skit or anything.
My expectations, he said, all I was supposed to do is pick you up, take you out to eat, be respectful, be a gentleman. And that's all he was doing. He was opening the door for you and everything. Like,
and then
I guess my question is, like, did he promise bigger things? Is that what this was? Like, because when she was upset, it seemed to me like there was another conversation that we didn't hear.
Oh, as in she thought that she was going to STK and then he took her
or whatever it was. That's what I'm saying. And like, it just seemed that like maybe he was like, yeah, girl, I'm about to do this shit. Like, it just gave that with the way she was recording.
Give like he was blowing it up.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Because it was strange. That was just a weird recording. The shit was just weird.
No, because people are weird. And the thing is, a lot of people go out with people, and I'll speak as a woman, a lot of women go out with men just to see what they can like get from them. I know it happens on the other side as well, but I'm just saying, like, they may just try to, see what they can get out this person, not even really like that person. You know what I'm saying? Which happened in the other viral clip that I have mentioned about the woman with the oyster bar. She even said in the beginning, she had met this guy, like when she was out a couple weeks ago, he kept blowing up her phone. She said talking to himself, and she finally decided to go on a date with him. And she's sitting up here ordering 4 rounds of a dozen oysters or whatever. On top of that, having multiple drinks and then ordering an entree. And she basically said she wanted to get content. She wanted to have her food paid for. She's slurping, recording, not even engaging and having a conversation. It's like people go on these dates and they're not even interested in the person they're dating. They're just trying to get whatever they're trying to get out of it. And it's really messing up dating.
It is, but at the same time, if you're in somebody's inbox talking to yourself, what did you expect? Like, you were just thirsty in her inbox, begging her to go on a date with you. You should literally have taken a hint and realized that this is not a person that wants to date you for you, so you move on.
Yeah.
If more people just understood that, then we wouldn't have as many issues as we're having right now in the dating world. Like,
yeah, but didn't he leave her to pay the bill or something?
He did. He said he had to go to the bathroom.
I would have left her too, because
as he should have.
How we on a date? And
you doing too much.
You recording your food and shit, like, and then you acting like I'm not here. Okay, I won't be here.
Yeah,
you can pay for it. And my mama always told me, don't ever order nothing on a date if you can't afford to pay for it.
You can't pay for it.
So if you had a problem paying that
or don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere with somebody else if you can't afford to get back. All those things.
All those things. I would not have even been like, for her to have an issue with it. If somebody left me on a date and I had to pay for my tab, I would not be upset because I would never order more than I could pay for. So I wouldn't have been upset.
That's real.
That's real.
Yeah, that's real. But yeah, it's like
4 dozen of oysters. How you even that hungry?
She was slurping.
It was so
disrespectful.
But low-key, oysters are an aphrodisiac. So in my mind, I've been thinking,
she was not getting ready for him. She was ready for a sneaky link. She got a sneaky link on speed dial.
You was going to pay $200 for that, and she was going to give it to a nigga for free.
Oh, for sure.
Less deserving.
For free. Okay. Who wouldn't get her one oyster?
She was definitely going to give it up to somebody that never even took her on a date before.
Facts.
Yikes.
We all been here.
I was just about to say that.
Triggered. My neck. You just came for my neck. Oh my God.
I feel like there's a good
Wowzers.
PSA in it. There's a good PSA in here somewhere, but we'll move on. We're gonna move on.
20s is a time to just live wild and free. I tell you, it
I do
reflects as you get
try
older.
to judge people less harshly for things they did in their 20s. I really
Mm-hmm,
do. But then again, Charles Manson was active in his 20s, so what does that really mean?
Yikes.
What does that really mean?
Yeah. Well, all right. So I want y'all to share. I feel like y'all have kind of shared like successful dating stories, especially like when it comes to your own relationships, because clearly y'all in a relationship. I want to hear about a horror story, a dating horror story. If you can think back to those single years, I know it was oh so long ago for y'all, but
I
you can
got
think
one.
back. Okay.
This is, I don't think I could have been older than 20, 23, 22. Like
Okay.
I was a young buck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I had I'm trying to figure out where I met this girl because where did I meet her? Because that really does play a part in this. Because I don't know
I was
why I
about to
felt
say,
so
important
comfortable
of the story.
that like no, it is because
Apparently it
like
is.
you'll see in a second. Anyway, well, we were at some social event, some type of function, and I met this girl. Right, still remember her
Mm-hmm.
name and everything. Fuck, it, I'm gonna say it.
What's
I'm
her
gonna
name?
say her name was Timnet. Timnet. That was her name.
She know
Look,
we
that
talk
was her
about her
name.
because I ain't never heard that name before. She gonna know
Yeah.
exactly.
I may have to bleep it out. It's fine. Anyway, I can
Mm-hmm.
do that now. The joys of editing. It's great, man. It's
Oh, like
amazing.
a little
Anyway,
like beep.
yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I guess I could have
Oh,
always done it,
cool.
but it just seems silly because I was like, what am I, 5? But whatever. That's not important. It's not
No, I
important.
like that.
But
Okay, I'm
I don't
sorry.
want. I'm gonna get off topic, but I promise it's important to the story.
Alright.
So whatever, right? So then later she texts me, right? I got her number. She's texting me. She's like, "Do you want to come to my birthday party bus?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Fuck it, I don't
Mm-hmm.
care." Right? But like, I guess like people don't think about what a party bus is. A party bus is a very intimate situation. Like even though like it's long and there's a bunch of people, it's close. That shit is intimate. That shit is not like if you're just coming in there and you don't necessarily know anybody, and depending on what the vibe is, it could be a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what happened because I like met because like and I had known this woman like a day or two, and I was just like because I told we had met like the night like the weekend before, and then like Monday I met her and I gave her the cash for the party, and then we went to the thing. So then I decided to get on the bus, right?
Okay.
And it started off fun. It started off fun. I met her cousin. Shit was good. It was fine. And then like maybe I want to say like maybe not even 45 minutes into this thing, she started busting out into tears. Like she was happy. She was up twerking and then sat down. This is the girl that invited me to the party. Now there were other bad ladies at the party, right? But I couldn't talk to none of them because Timnet invited me. So I'm thinking
Right. That'd have been
that, right.
disrespectful.
Right, but they were bad, y'all. They were bad. There
Okay.
were at least 6, 7 of them. But oh fuck, I remember why I was so upset now. Here we go. Yeah, okay, I forgot about a very key piece of the story. So before we got on the party bus, we were supposed to meet at Timnet's house, right? So I'm thinking that this is gonna be drinks or whatever, right? It was just all of them getting ready. It was like 8 girls getting ready. We were just there waiting while they were getting ready. I was so irritated.
Did they
I
have
was like, why
music
the
going at least or refreshments or
maybe who the
anything?
fuck knows? There wasn't anything organized. There's somebody with a fucking little mini speaker and a half charged iPhone because she kept talking about where's my charger. I remember vividly. And then there was a
Okay.
bunch of food that was about to go on the party bus. Like so, we were really hoping to
Okay.
load the party bus too. Like really,
That's
I
what she
was
wanted
there.
y'all
I feel
for.
like as labor. I feel like I was there as labor, and I
I
was
ain't
just
mad at
like,
it.
You
what
were.
the fuck is going on? What's going on right now? This is ridiculous. So then I'm like, but then I don't want to flirt with anybody else because again, I don't really know the vibe, right? Because I was like, things have because I've been in situations where things still with my favor. So I was like, let's ride the night out and see what goes on. So then we get on the party bus. Then I tell you, 40 minutes goes by. Then she starts crying and bawling uncontrollably. Like I mean, uncontrollably, like in a straight sob, and just like a celebrity on TV apologetic for some shit sob. Like it was very powerful. And all of a sudden she is like, I miss my boyfriend. And I'm like, what in the hell? Why am I even here? And then I was just, and then
Wow.
like at the same time, we're in Adams Morgan. So like I have friends there. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna meet up with them. And then and then like I'll never forget this. Like I'm at the bus, right? I'm literally at like about to leave the bus, right? And she was like, "Yeah, bruh." Like her friend, like her best friend was like, "Yeah, bruh, this is." And then she was like, "Yeah, I mean, you can stay if you want to." And I looked at her. I looked back. I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah, it was time
That's
for
And
me to
then like
go.
awkward.
and then the rest of the night, she was just drunk throughout the night. Like I ran into her a couple more times, and then she like called and she was like, "Yo, I'm sorry. I was I don't know what the fuck she said. I don't think she apologized. She was just like, "Yeah, thank you for coming." I was like, "Yeah, it was a good time. It's wonderful.
That's
It's
awkward.
wonderful,
Yeah, that's awkward.
wonderful." Yeah, that was probably a horror story because I was like, you can't just jump on all these dates. You gotta say no. You gotta say
Yeah,
no.
you
Because
definitely
like it
do.
was on a whim, I even said yes. Normally I would have been like, "Nah, I'm good. This seems too personal. I'm gonna wait." But I was like, "Fuck it, why not? Let's go. Let's do it."
Yeah. No, that's real.
So
You got to learn when to say no for sure.
I had a bad dating story right when I got out of college too. I don't know this guy's name to save my life, but he
It
picked
be
me
like
up.
that.
I used to live around the corner from UTC. I can't think of the name of the apartment complexes, but it's around the corner from UTC. And he picked me up. Big first mistake. I should
Hmm.
have just took a taxi or something. I don't know, because I don't think Uber was that popular back then.
No, it
But
wasn't. It
Mm-mm.
it
wasn't.
couldn't
People
have
forget
been,
about those
because why would I
days.
have gotten a car with him? But he came to pick me up, and it was like the date that never ends. Like we went out to eat. He was weird as hell. I didn't like the vibes. We ended up seeing some of his friends as while we were out, and he told them that I was his girl. He had his arm wrapped around me, told his friends I was his girl.
Oh.
It was weird, y'all. I wanted to go home the entire night. We just kept going places. And I don't know, like I kept hinting that I wanted to go home, but I never said like, "Take me home now." I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just being so young and like
Be
not wanting to
nice.
speak up and stuff like that. I just didn't. But eventually he took me home and I blocked him, and he didn't know which apartment I lived in. He just knew the building. So thank
Good.
God. But it was like the date that never
Yikes.
ended. Ugh.
The
Oof.
What
date that
about you,
never
Leslie?
ends. That feels
This
like a
is
good
a
horror
date
title.
that never
Right,
ends.
right, right. This is a good horror title.
That is. Ooh, let's make it to a Tubi movie.
The date that
Here we
never
go with that
ends.
again.
Oh
And
Write
my
that
Leslie, what
down. Write
god.
about
that down,
you?
Tristan.
You got any bad date stories?
She
Yeah, I feel
she
like I've
she got
told
at
this
least
one
two or
before.
three. You got at least two or three. I can feel
I
it.
do, I do. I'm trying to think if I have a more recent one. I feel recently it's been straight or whatever. But I feel like the one, I feel like I've told this before. I don't know if it was on here, if I just told friends, but this happened a few years back when I was in Houston and I was trying out like Hinge and stuff for the first time. And so, I hadn't met him in person and we had followed each other on Snap. Side note, ladies, in the year of 2023, if this young man still uses Snap, run. Because that means he's all about the hookups. If he's trying to exchange, pictures and all that stuff on Snap, that's all he wants. But yeah, so I hadn't met him in person until the actual date. And, people be creative when it comes to these apps. They know what their angles are, and guys know like the angles that make them look taller than what they are. And so I had on like some jeans and like these little like boots that had
Boots with the
maybe like a
fur.
3 or 4 like thick, heel on or whatever. Not it wouldn't give me too much height. I'm 5'7", so maybe it made me like, I don't know, 5'10" at the tallest. And so I arrived at the restaurant, and when I tell you this young man came up to like my armpit when we hugged, like I literally gave him a hug
Now
and
he
his
was
face
giving
was
Tory
like here.
Lanez.
So this story of you being a heightist. A
Oh
heightist.
no, it wasn't just that. It was not just that. So I let that slide. So we're sitting across from each other in the
I
booth.
let that slide.
And I
Tried
shouldn't
to give
have.
the short king a chance.
Um Try
Oh
to.
man. Oh
Don't give the
man.
short kings and the super nice guys a chance because they might flip it back on you. The ones that declare that they're a nice guy, I should say. But anyway, and so yeah, we're communicating, but it felt more like a one-sided conversation. Like he was talking a lot about himself. He wasn't really like asking me questions about myself. And then when it came time to like pay for the date, like he puts his card on the, on the check or whatever, and then he scoots out of his booth and comes sits right next to me in my booth. My thing is, like, I told you, I'm big on like how my body reacts. So it's like I immediately tensed up because that's not the vibes I was giving you from across. So why do you think you need to get closer to me? And he was like literally right up on me. So I was hella uncomfortable. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the restroom. And so like so he would get out the booth or whatever. So I go to the restroom, I come back, and by then bills paid or whatever. And so he gets up and we start walking outside, and he's like, yeah, I can't wait to do this again. He was like, I love, how you look and your thighs. I can't wait. He said something crazy. I don't remember the exact quote anymore, but it was something like, I can't wait to take a bite out of you, or something like that, something crazy and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah. And so I was like, valet, because I had the valet hurried up, when he got my car. As soon as I hopped in, and he was like, when can we do this again? I was like, I'll let you know. And just I didn't even close my door good. Like, my foot was on the pedal as I was closing my door, and I just skirted off. I felt so uncomfortable. Like, this man was gonna attack me, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I can't do that again. So that's probably like one of the worst ones that I could think of.
Don't give a short king a chance.
I feel
That's
like
what
it
I got
has
from
to be
that.
number one for you. Because I feel like anytime you think, I feel like it's the first thing that comes to your mind. You like, I remember.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could have dementia and this thing will still be clear. It'll still be crystal.
And I'm very forgetful. I forget people, I forget names, but I did not forget that date. So you're right. You're very right. So I wanted to end this segment by trying to help the people, trying to give them, food for thought, if you will. So in my research, I did find 9 rules of dating etiquette that, unfortunately, I feel like we do have to tell people because, like we said, dating has become so weird in this day and age. So the 9 rules are: don't be late. Which, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I'll be a little tardy, but I'll be letting them know, like, my bad, my bad, my bad. But I try not to be late.
Sometimes don't be late
without
already breaking number rules.
Boom. There you go.
But
straight out the gate breaking them.
Better late than never, Boom. But never late is better.
Never late is better.
But I'm worth the wait. So that's how we end that. So the
It'd
next
be cool,
one
whatever.
So next would be don't be rude. I'm huge on that. Don't get grabby. Don't be grabby. Keep your hands to yourself unless someone's giving you the vibe.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can be grabby. You could grab me. You could grab me. Tell me what's up. I
You're
appreciate
so easy.
it.
Yeah, no.
It depends. I mean, if you're good looking and I have. I mean, honestly, the answer is probably yes. It's probably yes. It's probably yes. That's okay.
Easy. Just easy.
No, like, you had to do some things to even get to this round in the first place. Like, it wasn't easy to get me to where we were. You had to do some work to get me there.
She probably just got to rub on your leg and they open. Just easy.
What? Oh my gosh. It's not that.
It's like a genie in a bottle, just a little rub.
All the time. Jesus. All
right. So after the first 3, next you want to ask questions. So like I just said in my story, you want to be asking the other person questions for them to answer. Don't make it just all about you. And actively listen so you can actually like have an engaging conversation.
That might be important. Say that one more time.
Actively listen so you can have an engaging conversation. Boring conversation is out the door.
But there are people that actively listen and then still are boring. Like, I've seen it firsthand. I've literally seen it firsthand many times.
That's true.
Like, what advice do you have for them? What advice do you have for them?
Work on your personality before you date.
God damn.
Moving on to the next.
Oh my God. Wow. You heard it here first, guys. Leslie says, if you're bored, work on your personality. Wow.
No, I mean, somebody else who's bored might like it. There's somebody out there for everybody. I strongly believe that. So
might like it.
Sign up for a boring chat room and see who you find in there. You never know. So next, I would say look nice. Put some effort into it. Be considerate. Don't mislead people. Don't mention what your preferences are, your restrictions. I just was watching Ready to Love, and on one of them, like, a guy was in between 2 women who were complete opposites. One was beautiful chocolate woman, more like quiet and reserved. The other one was, lighter complexion, loud and boisterous, and he told the darker one, like, oh, I usually don't go for women as dark as you, but I like you. Like, why would you say that to her? If you're attracted to her, you're attracted to her. You don't have to make that statement.
You know how many times I've heard that?
That's so crazy.
Usually don't go for
in a dating sense.
Women. Mm-hmm. Or somebody tell me I'm cute for a dark skin girl, or I'm never talking to you. Like, there's
facts.
You lost that right there. But
yeah,
it used to kind of hurt my feelings, but after a while it didn't. Yeah. I remember a man tried to holler at me by calling me darky. He was like, "Hey, yo, darky, let me holler at you."
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Out of control. Out of control.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The last one I would say it's tricky depending on who you date, how you date, but knowing who's going to pay for the date. For me, I don't. But it looks different for other people depending on.
I think whoever asks the person on the date is the one that should pay.
Fair. I like that. I did take my ex on some dates though, but we were already together. Like in initial like courting stages, I don't. But when you're in a relationship, it does need to be like a mutual, type of thing. So I agree with that.
Yeah, whoever sets it up, because you set the shit up, so you set it up. Like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't set this shit up. You set it up.
Y'all have anything to add?
Nah, that was good.
Seems pretty solid. Yeah, and I can't disagree with anything you said. Here for it.
So I feel like this is like the second installment in our like cuffing series, our unofficial cuffing series. So maybe after the winter time, we can do something of an update, I guess, so I can let y'all know how the winter time was for me.
When the ice thaws. When the ice thaws.
Exactly. So I'll keep y'all posted. But I might have some new additives, to the roster. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep y'all posted.
Are you gonna are we gonna get like a full roster expose?
No,
like, that's what I'm talking about.
Because I give the podcast out to all of them, so they probably all listen and probably like,
I want a full roster expose with complete ratings and rankings. That's what I want. The people want that. The people want it.
If you want that, comment.
Sean,
I gotta see the comments.
Didn't you just hear that person say they wanted that? You come on now. You saw that. You saw that comment on X. That comment on X.
I'm the one posting the X, so I would get it. I would know. I would get your notification.
You see me freeze? Did you see me freeze?
Exactly.
I brought.
Listen, I gotta see the comments. But no, I'll keep y'all posted if something actually comes out of it. We'll see. So
you seem pretty certain about this, but that's fine. It's well, I guess we gotta wait. That's fine.
Either way, never certain until it's locked in. I'll say that. You can never be certain until it's actually locked in, because you may be certain about one, but then that one fall off and then another one come, and then so never be certain until it's locked in, ladies.
You heard it right here. Gangsta Les tells it like it is.
I never lie to you.
We're gonna take a quick break, guys.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Les, 1/3 of the Culture 101 podcast. We want you to stay locked in for more content coming to you soon. Stay tuned.
And we are back. And guess what, guys? It's time again. Oh yes, once again, do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. Do it. Sean, take it away.
So this weekend, Do It For The Culture, we are celebrating Chi-Town native Robair Smith. So she makes history as the first Black woman CEO with a pest control product in Home Depot. Yeah, wow. Shout out to her. Hey, I didn't even know Black people were in the pest control business. So the fact that she has been in this game and she's going and taking over is crazy. So just a little bit about her. Her dad was in the pest control business for over 40 years, but he's never owned his own business. He was an independent contractor, and he told his daughters over and over But how he wanted them to get into the pest control industry, and they were just like, it's such a male-dominated industry. They didn't feel comfortable getting in there, or maybe feeling like they can make leeway in that industry. But in 2016, Miss Smith decided to found her own company called RB Pest Solutions, and they are a pest control company that has government contracts with different restaurants and housing complexes all over Chicago. Um, her business took off so well that Home Depot reached out to her to get her product in their shelves. So now we want to give all praise for our Black excellence queen, Miss Robair Smith, who is killing it in the pest control game. Shout out to you, girl, and everything that you have accomplished so far.
You better get rid of them roaches. Come on, girl.
Get rid of them roaches.
Shout out to Robair Smith.
Robair Smith is her name, and the product is called Bug Strike. That's her pest control product that's in Home Depot. It's called Bug Strike. Mm-hmm.
That's dope. Walmart and Target next.
Walmart and Target next. Yeah.
I'm here for that. That's what's up. I love just Black folks taking over all the industries. So go ahead and put your bad self, girl.
I was trying to get this sound effect for us if it would ever play. Oh Lord. You Robair. Love you, girl. Yes, girl. Do your thing, girl.
Do your thing. Oh, and this story is so great because when she first tried to get into the pest control industry, you got to take this exam in order for you to be licensed. And after the first couple of times, she failed. She failed a few times, but she kept trying. She never gave up, and she eventually passed her exam and opened up her own business. So if you are a young entrepreneur and you feel like, maybe you failed an exam and maybe you think that this is not the right path for you, just keep trying. Miss Smith is an example of what continuing to strive and work hard will get you. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
Somebody just got some new little toys.
Right.
Shout out Miss Smith. Shout out Miss Smith. Shout out Miss Smith. We love it. We love it.
That's all I got for you guys.
Well, all right, guys. We've reached that point in the show again where we're going to take a break. And we're going to pay some bills. And we're going to be right back. Hey, guys. It's your boy, Tris. And guess what? We got new merch. That's right. New merch. Come check it out. Culture101podcast.com. Stay tuned. Stay locked in.
Chill. I don't think you do.
I cannot.
And we are back. Guys, we've reached that point in the show where it is time for us to say happy trails. But before we do, guys, we want to again send shout outs to Robair Smith. A girl, again, of the whole pest business in Chicago. Man, that's amazing too. Shout out to the city of Chicago and for her dominating Home Depot shelves. I love it. I don't have too many problems with the pests, but now I feel like I gotta go. Is it only in Chicago? Is it on every Home Depot shelf?
So they have, I don't know where the Home Depot, which Home Depot locations that she's in, but her business has 3 locations in Chicago.
Okay. Well, shout out to Chicagoland. All right, then. I guess I'll have to get my cousin to send me a package. That's fine. Well, also, guys, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. And Leslie, if they wanted to reach out to us, how would they do that?
So you can do it one or two ways. You can hit up our website at culture101podcast.com. We have a place at the bottom of the first page where you can send, a listener letter. If you want us to read it aloud on the show, please change your name, or if you don't care, hey, YOLO. But you can also just email us at contact@culture101podcast.com.
All right. Well, until next time, guys, I've been Trist.
It's your girl, Les.
And I'm Sean the Dime.
Light it up. And even though these dates may change, the vibe remains the same. We out, y'all.
But the niggas don't.
Wow. Wow. CURE 101.